And welcome back to the channel. Today we will install the REPOWER FLOW 38.4 volt, or better known as 36 volt battery, 60 amp lithium iron phosphate in this one. Battery from REPOWER FLOW into the EZGO TXT 2010 36 volt golf cart. So one golf cart was not enough. There's an entire playlist about the 48 volt RXV, the 2009 EZGO golf cart, and this one is the EZGO TXT 2010. That's a big differentiator, 36 volt. And this battery, actually, you see it's very small, and when we see we have like 4 or 5, I forgot, probably 6, I think it's 6 volt batteries in here, because of 36 volt, there we go. 6 lead acid batteries in here, super heavy, and then one will just do the job going forward. But it's not the same capacity, so we are comparing apples and pears, lemons, whatever you want to compare it with. But this battery basically is way smaller, way more budget friendly. Here's the price. So you understand, this one is a small one. It's not a 100 amp hour like a lot of them out there. So we'll see how powerful it actually is with the 36 volt golf cart as well. We'll test drive it, we'll do a capacity test, we'll even take it apart. I'm telling you that one already, because I did that. And we'll do the installation step by step, how to install this in this golf cart, and I hope this is helpful. So let's get started. I'll put it into a shady spot, Southern California, as you can see. Got this golf cart because it's fun, exciting, it's lifted, a couple other projects coming as well. So subscribe to the channel if you want to follow that stuff. But now we'll get started with, well, we'll do the capacity test first so you understand what we're dealing with, and then we'll do teardown and then installation. So I'll put in those sections right now, and then skip forward if you're just interested in the actual installation itself. So that's what I'm preparing now. And when it comes to what's here in this box, actually, it's the REPOWER FLOW battery itself. It's very small form factor, as you can see, and here the dimensions and the weight, super lightweight. We'll have a charger. We have a strap, which we will most likely use this time. An additional pack of M8 bolts. We do have a connector for the power supply, so we will most likely replace this old outdated one here. And we do have a display, so I have to figure out where to install the display here, and of course there's some kind of manual in here. Alright, here we are with our capacity test. We do have the REPOWER FLOW battery right there, 38.4 volt, 60 amp hour, and we just stopped charging, and you can see we used to include charger. It's green. We are at 100%. I'll disconnect now the charger, and we'll get the party started, I would say. Whoops, sorry. There we go. We should end up around 12 amp hours, I would say. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, here we have the results, 54.6. This is really bad. I think I've rarely seen such a big fail, so my only assumption is that they are not top panels. So I'll give it a try. One more try, which I usually don't do, because you would expect that everything is top balanced from the factory. So I'll charge it up, double check on the app how it looks like, and then do it one more time. So I'll try to actually top balance the battery. It takes forever, so I'll take it apart, open it up in a minute. We'll do the teardown right here, because what we can see here, I don't know if it's good readable, there we go. Usually it's between 200 points, or it's between 0.2, almost 0.3 volts difference from the lowest to the highest cell, so we might be able to lose a lot here. So I want to top balance this one, which should be done from the factory. Let me see if I can get it. So I'll try opening it up. The cool thing about this battery is, though, it does come with those pop-outs, so I should be able to just unscrew it. Hopefully that's the case, and then we'll charge the cells individually. because this is what we're seeing. We see a rubber gasket here. Not well installed on this side, at least. It seems to be damaged, but squeezed in a little bit. It is there, which is good. Might be a little loose. We have a metal frame on the outside, so we'll see if I can get this one out or not. I'm curious about that part, because it would be good to actually have access to the cells, so I'll try that now. But as always, REPOWER does not disappoint when it comes to organizing. BMS, we do have 10 gauge wire, 4 10 gauge wire here. We have, I can't see what size this one is, no labeling on the positive side, and then we have the entire battery pack, and yeah, BMS as I mentioned here on this side. So yeah, let's see if I can get it out and see more about it. And it looks like, by the way, that we have cells here and here. So they might be split here right in the middle, and we should have 12 in total. So let me see if that's true. Oh dang. REPOWER FLOW, it's in my opinion still a high quality brand. How they assemble stuff, you can see this entire housing here. Would assume it's steel. I don't have magnet, at least part of it. Even has here those brackets to keep it inside and not moving from side to side. And then overall this huge, not BMS, this is just basically the bus bars, if you will. That's how they connect each other, everything on those boards. We have the main, it's probably not a main. Yeah, it's just connecting one side to the other, it looks like. Oh, it is the main positive, sorry, I was wrong. And then on this side you can see the BMS is having all those the BMS has all those wires connected, going to or from the terminal, and on the other side probably then to the battery. So really cool to see that one. So I'll try to charge it now, see if I can top balance it. I mean, look at that. So I'm charging just one cell. They've even labeled everything here on this side pretty well. This one's coming from cell 6. This entire thing is cell 7 at the moment. Then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and on the other side it's basically coming, this is from 6 on this side, which you don't see, 5, 4, 3, etc. Pretty cool. And then I have here on this one view basically really quick, you can see number 7, it's increasing. So yeah, we'll see how long it will take. Again, recap. So I wasn't able to pull the full capacity. Only got 55, 54, 56 something amp hour, so it's a couple days. I took it apart, and you can see the build quality, in my opinion, as always, with REPOWER FLOW is outstanding. You can see we have the BMS over here on this side. It's all in a steel housing, so this is pretty good and solid. It slides right into here, so no clue, nothing. We have here the display connect outside, the 4 wires going into. Then we have on both sides those, it's not bus bars, help me to identify those, sorry, I don't even know how they're called, but they act as a bus bar. We have basically a split here in the middle. Here we do have 6 cells, and here we have 6 cells. Makes in total 12 cells, as you can see in the app, and we have epoxy board here, we have thick wires over here. We have protective boots here, so you can see, looks great. And we have 4 10 gauge wires here, and I wasn't able to see that yet. Oh, nice. We have a 6 gauge, and we have a 6 gauge wire here for positive. So this is, as always, outstanding build quality in my opinion. Slides right in, and it's actually maintainable because you have those bolts. No glue. This is great. I don't see torque marks. That's something I think last time I didn't see either. I can see they use locking nuts at least, so that's good. So okay, we'll continue with the next capacity test, and I wanted to highlight this part really cool. But I wanted to highlight this part here really quick. So we have the display, right? Click over here. Now we can see we are pretty close between the lowest and the highest cell. Lowest being blue, highest being green. So it is 11 millivolts. That's good. Let's get started with the next capacity test, and hopefully we can pull more going forward out of this battery, because 60 amp hour, we want to have 60 amp hour. Okay, here we are.
We have our battery and we still try to aim around 12 amps, which means this is 0.2 C rate, about 20%. Okay, we're a little higher, pretty much like last time, so we'll let us run and we'll see. Alright, here's the result, 55.6. That's a big bummer. We're not able to get full capacity. You can see we are at 7%. But battery died already.
I can tell you already, this golf cart was struggling to actually get uphill with my weight sitting in it, so I hope this will improve it by a lot. Whee! And there we go, uphill. It is struggling so bad with me in it. I think those batteries are just toast. With my wife in it, way less heavy, way easier. But that's me, so here we go. Alright, first and foremost, we just need to get rid of everything what's here in the way, which means basically the seat itself. I'll move this stuff, what we'll be installing. And by the way, everything should be done with common hand tools, so it should be very easy. There might be maybe 1 or 2 times crimping needed, really depending on your, basically in what condition this one is. For me, they just redid the seat, so that's cool. I don't have to take care of that one. But basically, taking this one off, that's the main part here. Here you go. Now you see the damage. That's all what it is. First thing we need to do, turn off the ignition, ideally unplug the key, and then put the controller basically in tow mode, which is over here. And now we can get started to just take off all of those batteries. All right, let me give you a quick rundown here to understand what we're doing next. So we do have, and the guy who I bought it from really made it nice with new wires, positive, negative, all those basically putting the batteries in series wires he redid. There are a couple of wires which are running back here, going over here to the main negative, which is here on this side for me, main positive here. It's visible, there's a plus and a neg, even a plus and a minus visible. So I'll take that off, use a zip tie to keep them all in one place for now. Same here, I will take all of those connections off, and then we can also take off here those this bracket basically, which is already broken. Take it out, and then we'll see how the condition is of the entire steel bracket for it. That's what you're doing next. So I'll be using an impact because it makes my life way easier. In my case, 14 millimeter. Please wear safety goggles, wear gloves, very important. Now taking everything off what's here on the main positive, so there's no electricity going through anymore. We'll go through that later and we'll have to clean them for sure before we install them, so that's why I said wear gloves, very important. Let's do the same with the negative. You can also use a 9/16 in case you feel like it's fitting better. I'll disconnect everything and then we'll be able to pull them out. Okay, next thing is just looking at the entire frame, how corroded it is, cleaning it up, maybe spray painting it. That's what I'm doing now. Try to clean everything up. The next thing, it's funny, this wire here should be connected to positive, it looks like. And I might have ripped it. No, that wire should have been connected to positive. Interesting, very interesting. So yeah, anyways, we need to basically find this loose wire here, make sure it's connected to positive at the end, because that's the one which will indicate that it can charge from controller side. Let me clean it up. You know now, I'm doing that now. Alright, let me fill you in here. And what I've done, so you know the brand Rust-Oleum, the black paint basically, or yeah, I used that. I scraped it off with a wire wheel, sprayed it, and now I test fit it, and that's why you see some wood here. I test fitted 3 little blanks in the middle, because I want to have the battery mounted right here. Would have been better maybe back there for traction or not, but shouldn't be a big problem in my opinion. So I have 3, and those 2 will basically use those existing holes, those 2 as well, and here we'll most likely use some self-tapping screws. I'll link in the description below in case you don't have that stuff. An example of that is right here. So I used some self-tapping screws, 3 in total. It's a steel plate just here, and the charger is just going nowhere, it looks like. They're very short in this case. I used 3 because the 4 is in the hole here, and now I can immediately reuse this right connector here, or not this connector, but you will see later what solution I have for that one. But that's where we're at the moment. I'm waiting for the wood blanks to dry, because I also sprayed them black, so they're a little bit more protected, since I'm not using steel usually in manufacturing steel. So let's see how far they are, and then we'll just install them here together. All right, got them. I think they're almost dry, so I'll be placing them right here to double check I'm using it in the right order, because I pre-drilled them already. I think that's what it is. And here's number 3. So instead of using an entire full board or something like that, I decided to just use those planks. I felt like that might work for my use case here. And what I will be doing, I will be using the strap, which is included. This one, it is included in the delivery, so you can strap the battery around to the steel case. Don't have to grind anything off, just reusing as much as possible. So that's kind of my idea here, and I'm using this M8 Bolt Kit, which does come, and there's a full set actually, which is amazing. It does come with washer, it does come with lock washer, and it comes with the nuts. So. And by the way, in case you have no idea how to use that space, because they have those hooks, so you might have to grind them off, or you just go to Home Depot, they tell them the size. This is 22 by 10. You have to be careful with those ones. You might have to knock out a little bit or make them just shorter, so 9 point something inches, and then you can just have it pre-done by Home Depot. Just drop it in here in case you're just using one. They should be identical, I believe. So in case you don't have any ability or skill set or whatever, you feel like you're lost, have no idea how to do that, Home Depot will help you with that for sure. All right, let me try to show you how to use the self-tapping screws. You want to make sure that it's long enough. That's for sure. So in my case, let me see what we have. Ideally, you want to pre-drill a little bit as well. You want to make sure it goes through wood and steel and then sticks a little bit out. And I'll be using this one, which I think is similar to I'll be using this one, and let me pre-drill really quick. And then you want to make sure there's nothing underneath. And it looks like we have a pretty thick steel underneath. All right, so in the meantime, we need to understand our wire management here a little bit more. That means we'll start from this side. We need to understand what wire is what. So in that case, here's everything, right? We have the negative, which is this one. We have all the positives on here. So as I mentioned, we need to get the positive, which is from the charge over there, and put it into the positive on the battery as well, just for the controller to say, yes, we are connected. But I see it is already broken from before, which is not good. Most likely it was just tied into this nut. I assume I want to clean that part up a little bit more. And I have no idea where those ones are coming from, most likely from front, I would assume. So we need to make this nice and tidy. So that means I'll try to follow everything, try to understand what is coming from. With a zip tie, can eliminate everything which is in an old charger. Everything, trust me, everything. So it means we'll just snip this one off, because I don't need it. Then we also have this one here, which goes actually in the negative side. That means this part, I'll make it nicer later, afterwards when we have everything cleared up. That means we don't need this one either. So this can go too. Now we have the connector completely snipped off here. So I was just tracing. Here on the negative side we do have this one is most likely from the controller. We have the main negative. This is controller. This one goes to the battery. Sorry, to the engine. Is that true or not? Maybe not. It looks like that's for the rear lights. So I need to clean that up as well, because we'll get new wires. They're all snipped off anyways. So that doesn't make sense to keep those wires on here. I'll keep them here because they go through the frame, which is cool. But we'll need to clean that stuff up in general. Alright, so that means for me, I'll be cutting off a couple more wires, cleaning them up, try to reuse stuff what I can reuse, and I have a new plate for the charger as well on the other side, so that means all good here. A couple other controls. So you have to trace it down. If you have lights, it might make it more complicated depending on the condition of your car, to be honest. You see I have a lot of wires which go to the back, most likely to the lights and front to the lights, which I don't want to deal with this time, so I have to redo that probably in the future. So for now, just want to make sure that we have all the wires here, which means positive and negative, and I'll slim it down actually to 3 wires at the end for positive side, and on the negative side there are a couple more, looks like, with the switch, with the key. I'll keep that one for now, but I have a replacement for that as well. Alright, let me crimp the wire, and I hope you know how that works, because that's not the part I'm covering here in this video. Alright, it's time. It's time for the battery to drop in. And you want to have it, ideally, facing that way. There we go. And if you have brackets, you could even install brackets on those wooden brackets to make it more stable. Of course, what I'm using now, and we'll see if this is long enough, what they provided is basically this little friend. I'll be doing it this way, I guess. There we go. As much as possible in the middle, ideally. Then you want to open this up. It's great that they delivered it with it. And then we tighten it here on the back. Guess that's pretty much it. That's it. Wow, that seems to be pretty strong. Let's see if it's the case. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Wow, I'm impressed. Now I'm connecting positive and negative. And then we'll see if at least the basic, very basic connection with everything else is still there. So I didn't do anything else except for the charger on the other side. Over there, that's what I did. I did clean up the wires over here, so positive and negative. So that means I can connect everything positive wires first. In this case, because I'm here, this side, everything I don't need, I'm throwing out. And then when I use the thickest possible wire, and you want to have a clean wire as well. Oh, sorry, clean look. And then let's connect everything else here. Smallest goes on top. One thing I forgot is over here, the charger. And I want to have the charger also nice and tight up here. So we'll use zip ties to get it up nice and tight. And I also want to connect this up here, right, probably above. Yeah, right above the battery. That's number one. Then we'll do here, so not number one, that's positive. Now we'll do the negative side. Pretty much the same, eliminating what's disconnected and broke off. And then we'll see here, it looks like, oh good. Do the biggest one first, charger second, then the smaller ones on the top, so that the biggest wire, biggest lug nut, biggest wire nut, lug nut has the best connection to the terminal itself. And yes, there can be a spark. Be careful. Now you see we have a bunch of stuff connected on this terminal. Now we will just tighten it. 13mm to snag it down, like so. You can reuse those caps they provided just for extra protection from top. That's pretty much it. And let's see, what did I forget? Anything else? Oh, no. I will turn it on now, just here, and see from, well, actually to here, if there's anything working. Nothing. Rear switch is working. Let me see if it can maybe get forward. Oh wow, oh yeah. Oh, it looks like we have it. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Guys, we have it. Let me show you something. That was so easy. Man, that was easy. Let me show you the old display really quick. Oh, display, I don't know. You turn it on, and now you can see here. Do you see that little red illuminated thing up there? Tells us it's above 36 or 6. It's full, for sure. So we'll drive around first. That means I will leave this charger in for now. We'll deal with that in a minute. I will use zip ties to basically get everything nice and cleaned up here. Take this crap out, put a seat on, lift this stuff up here so it's not, falling around, and then we do the test drive. So that's what I'm doing now, and using zip ties, cutting them. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know how that works, so you don't need to watch this. So there's one thing I didn't add yet, and that's the display itself. That's routed most likely under the seat and whatnot, so I'll be doing that when I'm back, but for now I want to drive it. Well, seems to be more difficult for me. Ooh, there's way more power already there. That's nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That thing is way faster than it was before, and it gets uphill. That's new. Nice. Onto the display installation. Okay, so it doesn't look like I need to go underneath here. The RXV video up there, I had to go underneath here. So for this one, we will be going. Whoop. We'll follow that wire, which goes underneath, and then comes out here. So we need to, goes underneath the entire card, whoop, until it comes out right there. And I will replace this plate as well, because I didn't like it. But anyways, that's nothing for this video. But it will come out here, basically. So I'll doing that now, because we need to connect the display, guess where? Right on that side, right here. That's where it goes, so that's good. I think I'm mounted here anyway, so I'll go in here. You don't need to take this apart. So at least I have the cable. I was going through the bottom first. So the bottom means basically the front. That's what I was doing so far, and it looks like this is actually the best way to go. Because now I have it here, I have it already down there. I can just follow the existing wire underneath and get out here. So, and with here, I mean here. Man, that was easier. I started actually from here again, because the small end needs to go through all those small holes. And then you end up here. And of course, it's just dingling around at the moment, but here you end up with that block, which connects You're right. Right at the battery. Now lining this one up correctly, figuring it out. There we go. Tighten it on. There we go. And then at the end, we do have a display, which should work. And we'll figure that out right now. Oh, there it is. 81%. That's what we want to see. And now I can mount it, most likely here, with some self-tapping screws. And make everything nice and neat. Stick it. No, use zip ties and attach it to the frame. So I'll be doing that now. Alright, so you see the bracket. I thought I recorded, I'm sorry. I took the bracket off. Super easy. 2 Phillips head screws on the side. Now I used self-tapping screws. Put this in. It's just plastic, so I wasn't sure if it will be holding it. It looks okay so far. So now I'm installing the display. Pretty much the same way I disassembled it. Because the good part about this would be at the end. I could take it off if I need to. I can also tilt it down. So that's my thought about this, and that's why I'm doing it this way. And I should still be able to utilize those cups at the same time, which I also would love to maintain. So that's why this is another plus for me. So let's see if that works. And that means now, let me take off this one. Let me turn it on. I don't know if you see that. Here we go, turning it on, and it shows something, 81% still. Touch this will work. Done. That's done. Zip ties done. Next step is actually getting this charger here out of its position where it is now. It is with rib nuts installed, so we have to drill it out. And then hopefully I have the right cover for that, and I'll show you how that works, or at least what I'm doing.
Alrighty, I'm getting ready. So we will be installing this NOCO connector, which is also included in the package by REPOWER FLOW, and it's a standardized, I believe, connector here, so we can just take the old one out, put a new one in, and therefore we have this beautiful charging port adapter, which we can use and cover the hole basically. The material is interesting. When taking it out here, you see me basically realizing it's not metal. I thought it's metal, it's not, but that's how it will look like. Screws are some included, the kind of self-tapping. You can also use maybe bigger washers going forward. I was struggling with that, but now we have to drill out those riv nuts. I'm lucky here because I do actually have 2 bolts with nuts up there, and taking those one out now, realizing they are freakingly strong, and I destroyed a couple drill bits. Anyhow, somehow I got it out. Take some force, some drilling, and some pliers, and then you get it out. Now I'm just taking out the top, and at one point it will be loose. And pops right out. Done. Pretty easy. And all the wires are cut off before. So here we can see there's some paint over it for the paint job they did, so it's not lining up perfectly, but it does line up pretty good. So I would love to reuse those holes actually. And you can, with this cover, just use some bolts, washer, and nuts. That's all you need, and that will work beautiful. And you can use oxidized ones, black, and that will be perfect compared to those self-tapping ones. Yeah, look at it. That's how it can look like. I use the black self-tapping outside. I use the silver included for the NOCO connector, but it works. Use the hardware, the installation hardware you want, but here that's the final product. That's how it should use and should be installed, and it makes it pretty beautiful looking if you have the right hardware for the job, and works great as well. So you can just use that, plug in your charger from the inside, and you never have to take the seat off, at least for charging. Let me give you a quick tour how it looks from the inside now, because we have the battery. It's connected to the charger.
I wired up I tried a little bit, use zip tie to hide the wire that it doesn't fall with everything over there. It can be nice and more neat. I'm doing that. I have actually, yeah, look at that. Not only my phone is having my channel on there, but also the battery is charged because I tested out the charger. And everything is put together at the moment. Pretty nice. All right, fully charged. One thing I want to do, because I think it will be a lot of fun. We have our REPOWER FLOW battery right here. You can see my display. Now let's see what this battery can do. Or not. $200 amp. The battery is still doing it. 170. Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. Yep. And there we're back, and pretty cool. I did already a lot of, you know, those circles, doing it basically with battery. The battery is small, keep that in mind. But if you don't drive it too much, I'm pretty sure you get the hang on it. And honestly, it's a budget-friendly battery, so that's all that counts, right? So in my case, I'll have more fun with this golf cart now. I'll be doing more videos, as I mentioned. Please subscribe to the channel, like the videos and whatnot, if you like that stuff, and if it's helpful, especially REPOWER FLOW. Sponsored this video, by the way. Thanks again. This was amazing. I love it. And if I could install a second one of those, which gives me more range, even better, but not needed, because, you know, for my purpose here on the property, that's amazing. I'll most likely also have a solar panel installed at one point. We'll see. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll do more tests now. Thanks for watching. Bye. By the way, what I didn't say, this thing has so much power, and it's not as heavy as it was before with the old batteries. Huge advantage. Thanks for watching. Cheers!